Good day, everybody. This is Srinivas from the family production planning and control. And today's topic will be introduction to material resource and planning. So, what is material resource planning? Material resource planning element control system that determines what materials are needed, how much is needed, and when are they needed to meet the production schedule. So, it uses the master production schedule, bill of materials, and inventory records to generate production and purchase orders, ensuring the materials are available to avoid stockouts and minimizing inventory costs. So, this material resource are planned. When the production plan is ready, then the production plan, the extract based on this production plan, extract, they prepare what are the materials resources, what are the materials needed for this production. So all the raw materials taken as a extract, and they made a quantity of raw material for the complete production, and how much should be purchased, what should be purchased, when it should be purchased. So that complete plan is prepared. That comes under material resource. Material is a resource, and we are planning for that. So that is the name material resource and planning. So once the production plan is made, the bill of materials, BOM, bill of materials are made. The production plan has some drawings, and the drawings are extracted. And the bill of materials has a list. Every drawing has a bill of material list for the particular production. So the complete production bill of material production is extracted and it is made as a quantity, and final quantity is calculated, and based on that they prepare they plan the purchase of the material to avoid any stockouts. Like if the material, the production is say 100 units per day, and the raw material unit is 100, and the time taken to place the order and receive the order is say 3 days or say 1 week. Then 1 week before the order has been placed for this 100, and that material will come and be received by the godown. And by Monday, the material will be ready for the workers to work on. So like that, it is closely observed and placed. The bill of materials is the base for the placing the order and to raise the purchase order. So again, in the this starting generally the bill of materials, the purchase order raising, placing the purchase order and getting approval and paying for that one. It has some its own administration to timelines. Like getting the approval, the person will not be available on his he might be busy or he might be on leave or he might be some other reason it will be delayed. So that lead time and that needs to be calculated when the order is placed. So all this we are doing, the work we are doing is to ensure that the material is available for the workers to work. Once a factory runs out of the required material, then the order cannot be worked on, and there will be delay in the order delivery, which will make the customer unhappy, and at the same time the customer might shift to another product, competitive product. So like that, the material should plays a very important role in production. So material, and for every material, in general practice is for every material supplier we have 3 different dealers. These dealers are categorized as A, B, and C. So, dealer A is highly reliable, and dealer B and dealer C are successively reliable. So just in case dealer A fails to provide the material on time, then the dealer B comes into action, and the order is placed to dealer B. So for some reason the dealer B is not available, and the order is placed to dealer C. So like that, for every material, the quote is received from the dealer for a certain period of time. The quote is valid. So for 6 months, the dealer A has to supply the material A that bill will be encashed or lost by the dealer. So the company will have a fixed cost and fixed accounts. Funds will be allotted to that. Like that, the dealer also have a fixed orders for the fixed period of time, so that he can acquire the material and place it in the stock. If there is any purchase in the, you can catch the purchasing of the price in the price of the material. So like that, if the things are happening at fixed and regularly, then the dealers and the company will be at full time production without wasting time and without idle time of the workers and the machines. So the master production schedule, what it should be, with and what quantities and what. The master production schedule. Earlier it was material requirement and planning, and master production schedule. MPS is needs to be what needs to be produced. So the production schedule. So if the item the order is received, for example, if the plant A has to prepare, has to make say 1 lakh cars, that is the order fixed. Then what is the production schedule? Like for this 1 lakh order to be delivered by end of this year, and from the starting of the year, if the plant capacity is 1 lakh, then we can assign that 1 lakh order to the capacity. Say the plant capacity is 500, say 2000. So we can start the production from the mid of the year. So like that, based on the plant capacity, the order, products, and the master production schedule is prepared. It depends upon the plant capacity. Simply suggest plant capacity because men are working there, machine are working there. So if we can provide the raw material, then the plant can produce 1 lakh. That is the plant capacity, and everything is fixed in this. Same way, so for this capacity, what should be the bill of material? So as soon as the production drawing is made, the bill of material is generated automatically in the software. The bill of material is what quantity the raw material should be and what should be the material, what it is made up of, what is the quality that it should contain, and what standards it should have internationally, what are standards and what are the size standards for this one, and it should also pass through the quality before getting into the warehouse, the factory warehouse. Like that, the bill of material is prepared based on the requirement, based on the master production schedule. Next one is inventory records. So we need to maintain accurate inventory stock levels and schedule every schedule receipts. Schedule receipts is nothing but the supervisor comes to the inventory, and based on the work order, he will take the material from the inventory and carry them to the workshop. So that is the schedule receipts. So if the stock that the inventory is maintaining say 500, and per day the supervisor is consuming 50, so the stock levels last for 10 days of the consumption. And if the reorder level is 3 days, then on the 7th day, the inventory manager has to place the order for the particular item so that the stock is ready for the particular supervisor on the particular day when it is needed. Production schedule. So tentative master production schedule. Tentativity is assumption. So it is not based on any scientific calculation. Tentative, that means they guess the made rough guess of the how much it should be produced and how much has been produced and what quantity it will produce. So once the goods that is to be produced is decided, and the quantity and quality is decided, then the resources requirement is planned. For example, the plant capacity is 1 lakh per 1 year, but we need 1,50,000 units by end of the year. That means 50% more the plant capacity has to be. So the plant is running at single shift. shifts, and the second shift should be say for 4 hours it should come, or if it is running for 8 hours, then only for 6 months it must be able to run. Like that, the resource requirement is planned well, and we need to check the resource availability also. So if the requirement is there by 50%, then at the same time we need skilled workers working on the machines. Skilled workers are needed. What is the accounts or what is the funds raised for this? What is the procedure to acquire skilled workers? How can we run the company or workshop with the available workers for extending the time? So like that it is calculated and it is a market schedule is prepared. Then finally they authorize the master production schedule. So once all these economic background paperwork or the homework is done, it is taken forward for authorization. And once it is authorized by the senior engineer, once it is approved by the senior engineer, then that it comes into action. So all these are done in the back end office only. Only all the key for all these things is the order quantity and the quality. So the order quantity and quality is the base for all these things. So based on that one, everything will be scheduled and decided, and it is approved. So this is a sample where sample of the production schedule. For example, if a small SMS company has to produce this one for product one in the August, the second week it has to produce 60, and it has to produce 100 in the fourth week. Similarly, in the month of September, in the first week they need 200, and in the fourth week they need 40. So like that, the chart is prepared based on the requirement. So the requirement chart is placed in the senior manager room, and from there it is also passed to the junior manager room to supervisors. So for the one once it comes to supervisors room, it is minutely segregated. That means every week the order quantity is passed to the supervisor. So we need to have a close observation on the order quantity and the workers and the material that is receiving, and whether it is being produced on time or not. So like that, close observation is made and cross-check whether the production is happening on time or not. So again, the process of production. Okay, there may be some parallel process, there some series process. So for example, the engine is fitted on the chassis. That is this one-time activity, and going forward, two wings can be fitted to the chassis. That is a parallel process. So, so we cannot plan to fit one wheel for one time and another week for another time. For 2 weeks, we can work with the wheel to the chassis. So that's the parallel process. And all the activities are broken down into cuts and friction pieces, and they are planned according to that production plan is. Production plan is sent to the workshop, wherein which the workers, based on this, so they parallelly work on the work. They assign, that means the supervisor will assign two people are to work on that process. Then two workers are assigned to the activity, and if it is one engineer, also one is assigned to the activity based on this production plan. So in the material sequence and what are the materials needed, what is the base for that one. So material sequence and planning, they use the bill of materials as the base. Determines components of each and product on the MPS. So what are the components that are needed in the bill of material? So the bill of material generates from the drawing, production drawing, generates a bill of material and the quantity needed of the particular item. So bill of material table is made, and the table is given to the workers. And how much of these quantities needed is clearly mentioned in the bill of material, and when are they needed for the timeline. The timeline is decided by the supervisor, and because he receives the schedule of the production. So based on schedule of the production, he will set project and he will guide the employees to prepare the product. This is a sample of products. So every element given a code, a production code, and the machine where it has to work, and what is the quality principle that we need, and what is the any deviation in the what is the start point and end point. That means at what time it has to be started and at what time it will be ended. So for one day we have prepared 20, then by first hour at least they have to be ready with the 3. Like that it is planned and it is distributed to the and what are the outputs of the MRP? System generates planned orders to buy the material of products and the production is helping to prevent stock of the production. That means the material resource and planning in such a way complete that it will give all the details of what material to be made and by what time. So it is very, very important. So unless the material is delivered to the warehouse, the people, the supervisor cannot collect it and cannot work on that. Can assign it to the employees for further work. So it reduces the lead time, it reduces the carrying cost, and it reduces the idle time in waste time. And next one is enterprise resource and planning. Enterprise resource planning is a control aggregate the management process from demand forecasting and resource allocation to scheduling and inventory management. So all together, put together, the MRP, the production plan, and the quality control and the delivery and the inventory management, all these put together stands as an ERP, enterprise resource and planning. So we have different softwares to help these ERP managers because everyone is expertise and no one is expertise of all. So this ERP software helps the senior manager to take decisions on what is on the ground. The benefits of production analysis, cost reduction, improved decision making, and enhanced coordination. There should be coordination between the supervisor and the manager to senior manager, and manager to the senior manager. So all this synchronized working, we are working with reduce the cost and add profits to the company. Stop it here. Thank you. Continue with the next topic. Thank you.
Like, share, and subscribe. Hit the bell icon for more updates.